Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Plastic Surgery 90210. Today we are talking all about New Year's resolutions and recapping 2023 a little bit.
Okay.
So, did you like 2023?
It was a good year. Not a great year, but a good year.
Yeah, I like 2023. I thought it was fun. Like lots of personal growth, I think.
How'd you grow?
I set up a little photography studio at my house.
Cool.
So that was cool. Got more comfortable taking portraits, and I want to do more of that on the side. So
cool.
That was
What
fun.
kind of lens do you use?
I like to use either the 85mm or the 24-70 because it gets everything you need right there.
Gotcha. Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So how was your 2023?
It was good. Busy, which is always good. We like busy.
Yeah.
That's 90% of my life is work, so that's what we like to do.
And we have some patients that stand out in our minds when we talk about 2023. I'll share the first one that I can think of. Our lovely patient who had lost over 200 pounds said that for, after his lower body lift and his upper body lift as well, he was able to finally get into a roller coaster after 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so when he was a kid, I guess it was really embarrassing because he was at a theme park, Six Flags, and they couldn't close the roller coaster down on him. And it's a sad story that we hear a lot with our weight loss patients. And he said, now that I'm done with my surgery, I'm going back there and I'm redeeming myself. This is my redemption weekend.
I can just imagine him sitting on the roller coaster for 15, 16 times over and over and over and over and over and over again.
I'm pretty sure he did. He was so excited about it, and he's always loved roller coasters and said, when he was overweight, a lot of people, that's their kind of click moment where they realize, like, this can't keep happening. Yeah.
I'm always interested in asking patients, after their weight gain, what was their click moment? What was sort of their, I finally realized that, I'm overweight, I gotta do something about this. And a lot of the time we hear the roller coaster story.
Yeah, we've heard that twice in the past month.
Yeah.
So, what about you? Any patient stories that stand out?
Yeah, so we had a patient who unfortunately had silicone injections, and she had the injections in her calves, for calf augmentation. And the raw silicone injections were injected about 10 years ago, but over the ensuing years, it caused a lot of problems. It caused inflammation, caused reactive tissue, caused a lot of swelling, and that led to a lot of pain. So she came to me from out of state, she was in another state, and she could barely walk. She was barely walking on her tiptoes. Every morning she would get up and she really couldn't even get out of bed because her calves hurt so much. So we did an MRI, we sort of found the product that was injected, we found exactly where it was. She underwent successful surgery, and now she can walk. Not only can she walk, she can do CrossFit. She's extremely active, and not a day goes by when she doesn't exercise at least maybe about an hour and a half to 2 hours. So that's really rewarding, taking a patient from almost bedridden in her, I think she was maybe in her late 20s, to now being very, very physically active.
And that's amazing. We hear a lot of stories every day about how much people are able to be mobile again. And I do think that those are some of the most rewarding stories. We had a patient who had silicone injections and she was on dialysis. And now she's not.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So this poor patient, she had her injections, and even during her injections, she knew something was wrong. She got the injections, she's like, ow, this doesn't feel right, something's wrong. But they kept on injecting her. And then over the ensuing years, what happens is your body makes scar tissue to the silicone. And basically scar tissue is made of calcium. Calcium you get from your bones. So your body sends messages to your bones, send us calcium, send us calcium. So it sends calcium from the bones, but it floats the calcium from the bones to the area of scar tissue through the blood. So as the calcium is coursing through the blood, it goes through the kidneys, and the kidneys filter out the calcium and they make kidney stones. So she had so many kidney stones filtering the blood of calcium, her kidneys failed. So in her young mid-30s, she was placed on dialysis to help her kidneys filter this stuff because of this calcium being taken out. So we did pretty extensive surgery, 2 very large surgeries. One, the buttock, we took out a lot of product and a lot of scar tissue, and then pretty much an incision from her hips to almost her ankles to take out the product from the sides of her legs. And because we got rid of the product, most of the product, and a lot of the scar tissue, the body didn't need the calcium from the bones, the kidneys got better, and she's off dialysis. So that's a pretty cool story.
What is it like for you to hear these stories and to see these patients through their journeys?
Yeah, so it feels great. You know, we have the skill set, we have the knowledge. I just wish patients would sort of do their research to sort of say, you know, this is my problem, it can be fixed, do the surgery, and ideally it gets better. Also, there's a little bit of a disconnect in what doctors and even nurses are telling patients. You know, a lot of the message about silicone is if it ain't broke, don't fix it, which means if you're not having problems with it, leave it alone. I completely disagree with that. You will have problems with it, it's only getting worse, it's gonna migrate, you're not getting any younger, so it's just gonna get worse with time. So I advocate getting it out sooner rather than later. So I suggest patients do their research, seek out treatment, and not necessarily believe doctors and nurses that are saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
If you're someone with silicone injections or other types of injections, we see Bellafill issues.
Yeah.
We see cement, super glue. What else have you seen? Biopolymers. And
Biopolymer, PMMA, saline's been injected, rubber cement, liquid nails.
Liquid nails?
Liquid nails. Basically, you know, when you put a nail in the wall and you got a hole in your drywall, you take out the spackle thing and you put it in to cover up your nail, and your nail hole is fixed.
Who ever thought of doing that? That's crazy.
I hope they were in jail.
Yeah. So anyway, if you are someone who has any of those things or it's unknown, you know, you should come maybe make it a 2024 resolution to get an MRI and to figure out what to do next, because you've been seeing this for over 15 years now, and we've had patients who've had it for 20 plus years.
Right.
So it's been around.
Been around, and it's still going around. People are getting injected today, you know, for a variety of reasons. So don't get the injections.
Let's talk about 2024 resolutions. Does it feel like it's going to be a good year to you?
I think so. I think this year will be better. I think we'll see more and more patients, you know, in a positive way to help patients, you know. That's the way I look at it, you know, whether it's weight loss patients, helping weight loss patients complete their journey, as well as the silicone and illegal injection crowd, whether it's the primary injection site, the breast, the buttocks, the face, or maybe the stuff's migrated to funny places. We had a patient we saw the other day who we took out the silicone from the buttock, and she just noticed a spot in the middle of her tummy above her belly button. Oh, wow. So it's moved from her butt to her belly button. So again, the stuff can move around.
In 2024, January, the end of January, we have our friend Kimberly, who was a silicone injector. She went to prison, and now she's seeking plastic surgery to remove it. So that's super exciting. We're excited to document that journey.
Yeah, so we will see her and help her out too. You know, my job is to help others wherever they're sort of coming from, whether they've received the injections or, in this case, whether they had administered the injections.
And if you guys haven't checked out that interview yet, it is on YouTube and it's on our podcast platform. Just scroll down a little bit. That's a really interesting interview, because you never really see an injector with the person removing it.
Me. That's good. So what are your resolutions?
I want to do
2024.
I want to do more photography, so I want to do more portrait photography, and then I want to go to restaurants and kind of ask them if they want me to do their social media and their photos, because I love food, you know that. I love food. I'll work for food, like it's fine, but I think I want to build
Just take pictures of the food before you eat it, okay? All right.
That's the tough part. No,
food photography is definitely an art. I've watched some shows on it and magazines. They'll spray the food, they'll shellac the food.
It definitely won't taste the same.
Exactly, and it's color enhancing stuff you do to the food, not necessarily post-production. So a lot of the time after the food is pictured, they throw it away because you can't eat it because it's so toxic.
But those are some of my resolutions. So more like portrait photography, food photography, and maybe some weddings.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah.
It's a good, and they all go together because it's all photography, social media related. Makes sense.
And I think it's a fun hobby too.
Absolutely.
You like photography.
Love it.
Are you going to try to do some photography next year?
Well, we do it every day, right? Before and after pictures. Yes, and then the cropping and the editing after that. So a lot of videography, obviously.
But what about you like doing scuba diving?
So my passion is scuba diving. So pairing up scuba diving with photography, that's amazing if you can do both. Love to do more, but time. It's all about time.
Well, I think you should make it a goal to at least like take one trip for yourself and to maybe take some photos out there.
Yeah, that'd be good. So yeah, so we're always processing. Last year we went to, last year we went to Tasmania. So in Tasmania, that's Australia, little island sort of at about 4 o'clock off the mainland. And they have these things called sea dragons, which is basically an overgrown seahorse. And they're amazing animals, and nobody knew they existed for, they were, I think, only recently discovered, like maybe about 50 years ago. And now they're sort of finding them all over the place. But they look like seaweed. Down in San Diego at the Scripps Aquarium, they have a couple in the aquarium there.
Oh, wait, how big are they?
They can be about sort of that big.
Like 10 inches?
Yeah, about 10 inches. And they're like purple ones, and there are ones that look like regular green seaweed. There are 3 species now, but really amazing animals.
Are they big seahorses, or are they completely different?
Completely different.
Oh, okay.
But they look like overgrown seahorses.
Got it.
And seahorses, their tail goes under and spirals around. These sea dragons, they sort of goes out and toward the back, and their heads are bigger, and their propellers on their heads are different.
I'm sure some of your audience would love to see your photography.
Yeah.
Will you share your photography with them?
Maybe. A little personal, but anyway.
Alrighty. Okay, well, do you have any other goals or resolutions for 2024?
No. I don't know. So my goals are to work out every day. My goal is to get at least about 45 minutes every day. That's cardiac workout. And then more resistance workout would always be better. So if you can do that like every other day, that'd be great. But again, it's all time. But as my brother says, you just got to make time for the important things. So, you know, work is work, and work can take up 28 hours of the day, more than 24. So you just got to make time for certain things.
Are you going to try to do workouts even after you do a whole day of liposuction?
Oh, that's what I usually do. I can't find time before surgery, so it's got to be in the evening. So what I usually do is I do my fast, and then at the end of my fast, I exercise right before dinner.
What kind of exercises do you do?
That's the aerobic, so I'll do stationary bike, sometimes treadmill, and then resistance workouts.
Oh my god. Yeah. I bet you're working while you're doing that too.
I haven't perfected that, but that's a great idea.
And what advice do you have for people who want to accomplish their goals in 2024?
Yeah, accomplish goals, write them down, and then just focus on them. Maybe you're the type that writes down 100 different goals. And maybe you can do 100, more power to you, that's fantastic. Or if you're gonna do those 100, go, okay, realistically I can only do 10, and then focus on those 10. And then write them down somewhere. Some people are in the digital modes, they have them on their phone, but read those every day. Go, oh, I gotta do more of that. Or put them on a Post-it note, put them on the mirror in the bathroom. Different visual cues, but every day sort of try to hit those goals and just constantly remind yourself, these are my goals, and constantly hit it. Or maybe you pick out 12 goals and you sprinkle them out over a month, over the year, 1 per month. Just sort of depends what your goals are, really. Yeah.
How many goals do you think you're gonna have?
Well, it's bad. It's really bad.
It's
pages and pages.
Oh, wow.
It's really bad. I'm one of those types where I have too many goals. We get a lot of them done, but never all of them. It's impossible.
He has a lot of goals.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. All right.
Different types.
Yeah, so hopefully we can catch up with you at the end of the year and talk about all the goals that you've accomplished and the ones that you still want to work on. And the good thing about goals is that if you're working towards them, you're already further along than you were yesterday.
True. So
you're always a step closer.
Yeah, so always have goals. I would have goals. And then work at trying to achieve them. Even if you don't hit the goal, at least, as you said, you're working towards that goal.
Alrighty, well, thank you for sharing your goals with us.
And you too.
Yeah, of course. And we'll catch up with you guys later. Maybe next year.
Next year. All right, thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.